Hello there, welcome back to the channel. Today is October 21st, 2025, a Tuesday, and I've dug up a really cool trending article from the archives for us to check out. Alright, let's see what you've got here. I'm just gonna pull up my notes. Here we go. The title is OmniVinci, Enhancing Architecture and Data for Omni-Modal Understanding 1. The call is datasets. Talk sound. Accept for 10.15,807. It's long. Okay, so OmniVinci. Sounds like Leonardo da Vinci but full like everything. This paper from NVIDIA is all about building a super smart AI and Omni-Modal. So that's the big problem they're trying to solve. Humans perceive the world using multiple senses at once, right? We see things, hear things, read things, and our brain just, effortlessly combines all that information. But for AI, that's incredibly difficult. Building an AI that can understand video, audio, and text all at the same time is not only super complex, but also crazy expensive to train. You can't just mash all the data together and hope for the best. You need a smart architecture or a really good data recipe. And that's exactly what OmniVinci is about. It's a systematic guide on how to build a powerful open source AI that can see, hear, and read, all while being way more efficient. So how did they do it? They focused on two main things: the model's architecture and the data it learns from. First, the architecture has three key innovations, which is pretty neat. One is called OmniAlignNet. This is all about getting the vision and audio parts of the AI on the same page. Like it learns to create a shared thinking space, where the video or the dog and the sound about barking are strongly connected. It chooses a technique called contrastive learning, which basically teaches the model that these two things belong together, and not with, say, the sound of a cat meowing. The second part is temporal embedding grouping. This is cool. It's about understanding the timing of events. It organizes the visual and audio information into chunks based on their timestamps. So, the AI knows that the sound of a window shattering happened at the exact moment the video shows a ball hitting it. That helps the AI understand the sequence of events, the when, and the third one is constrained rotary time embedding. This gets even more specific about time. It injects the absolute timestamp directly into the visual and audio data. It's like giving every frame and every soundbite a precise time timer. This helps the AI understand not just that one thing happened after another, but the exact duration and timing between them. So that's the architecture, but the other half of the story is the data. They created a massive dataset of 24 million conversation samples. The big challenge here is that there's not a lot of data out there that perfectly links video, audio, and text for AI. So they got clever and created what they call an Omni-Modal Data Engine. First, they used what they call implicit learning. They took existing video media assets. Even if the questions weren't laid out the video, the audio was still there in the background, so the model could implicitly learn to connect the two. But the really groundbreaking part is their explicit learning. They would take a video to have one AI-generated caption for the visuals, and another AI-generated caption for the audio. But though, often these captions would be wrong or incomplete on their own. They call this modality spiffing. Like the video caption might miss something important that you can only hear. So then, they use another powerful LLM to look at both captions and the original video and audio to create a single, corrected, super detailed Omni caption. From these awesome new captions, they generated a ton of high quality. Now then. This is a huge deal for creating better training data. Then the results, they're pretty standard. OmniVinci bows past other big models like the 0.5 common. For example, on a benchmark called Dione, but scored 19% higher, which is a massive leap. But here's the kicker. It achieved all this using 6 times fewer training tokens. Only 0.2 trillion compared to Wayne's 1.2 trillion. That's a gigantic improvement in efficiency, making this kind of powerful AI much more accessible. Why did the AI cross the road? Because its multimodal perception module identified a higher probability of achieving its objective function on the other side. Yeah, anybody gets that one? Moving on. So how does this apply to our everyday lives? Let me give you a few examples. First, let's talk about robotics, which is kind of like a mix of machine translation and chatbots. Imagine you have a robot helper at home. With Omni-Vinci tech, you could just say, "Hey, can you go to the kitchen and grab my blue mic?" It's next to that coffee machine that's making a weird buzzing sound. The robot needs to understand your speech. Say the blue log, and use the specific sound to locate it. This makes human-robot interaction feel way more natural, and actually useful. Second, think about medical AI, which uses information extraction and text summarization. Picture a radiologist looking at a court scan on their screen. They're scrolling through images while speaking the diagnosis out loud. An AI like OmniVinci could process both the video of the screen and the doctor's spoken words at the same time. It could then generate a perfect summary, making a visual anomaly the doctor points to with their exact spoken diagnosis. This could drastically reduce documentation time and prevent errors. And the third example is in smart factories, which is like a dialogue system for industrial monitoring. Factories are noisy places with lots of machines and visual data feeds. Omni-Modal AI could watch the video feeds of a production line, while also listening to the sounds of the machinery. It could detect the tiny change in the machine's hum that signals a future breakdown. But before it's visible on camera, you could then ask it, "What was that clanking sound I heard from assembly line 2 around 3 p.m.? And it to pull up the video and audio and tell you exactly what went wrong. So yeah, this work on OmniVinci is a huge step forward. It's not just about making a smarter AI. It's about making an AI that understands the world more like we do, by seamlessly blending sight and sound. They're doing it so efficiently, they're paving the way for these incredible applications to become a reality much sooner than we thought.